Guys, 2023 is almost over and the beginning of 2024 is coming up. So we need to start the year strong, have plans throughout the year and end it on a better note. Every year we must improve. And this year is going to be the most important year of our lives. So in this video, we're going to talk about every plan and every system we have in mind to achieve our goals by the end of 2024. So previously in the past, we've talked about all the goals we want to achieve by the end of the year, whether that's getting a six-pack, getting a 100K salary job, whatever. But now we're going to talk and implement our plans on how we are going to get there. Even if we don't have the specific outcome in mind, we're going to set systems and goals in plan which gets us as close to those. So let's jump right into it.
Ultimately, our success was limited previously because we didn't have systems in place. The main focus of 2024 and accomplishing all of our goals is going to be implementing them and then making all of those achievements manageable and effective by having those in place. Now, the first way to be able to implement those systems is to be able to find out exactly what you want from your year. So let's start and see what we want from 2024. Our yearly goal should be aligning with everyone else's, and that is to be able to finish the year in a much better position in many different types of realms than what we would have started it as.
We're not saying compare yourself to other people out there, other social media, other influencers. No, we're talking about compare yourself to yourself yesterday. Have you improved from last week, last month, the previous years? Have you gotten better over this time period? If the answer is no, there are big things you must change. You cannot be the same person as yesterday. You must constantly be improving. Even if it's only 1% a day, that is a new you. Because every day that you stay the same, you're technically a decreasing asset. You're depreciating your own value while everyone else is increasing theirs.
Now, to be able to get those results and see those improvements by the end of the year, it's going to be extremely difficult. And it's going to bring a whole new set of challenges as you progress. Now, the only way that you're going to make sure that you can succeed and guarantee those results is if you implement those specific tasks and systems to be able to help you achieve those results.
So what's the point if you want to become a bodybuilder by start learning books on how to speak different languages, learning your finance? There's no point. If you want to become a bodybuilder, there's no point of you sitting around and watching movies and eating food. What you have to do is get on a healthy diet, whether that's bulking, cutting, whatever you want to do, and go to the gym, do reps, increase your weights. That's the type of training you must do. So in any niche or category you want to go down, look at the things you must do and train for that specific thing so you can get closer to it at least. Even if you don't know how exactly the specific terms of bodybuilding work, get to the gym, start working out, even if it's basic push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. Start the fundamentals and you will learn along the way.
So the plan that we have in place is as follows. We're going to focus on three main parts of our lives in the year of 2024. Now, those three realms are including our physical condition, learning, and our career. I'm going to let Pastor dive into exactly what those are now.
So with each of these categories, we're going to break it down even further on specific details that we're going to go into. First and foremost, we have our physical training, running, the fundamentals of all training and sports. Being able to run is insanely important. So what we're going to focus on this year is by running a lot, and not just any type of running. A milestone that a lot of people have in mind is to run a marathon. So what we're going to do this year is exactly that. We are going to complete a marathon, and not in any time, in a very good time. Up until this point, like the last few months of our life, we've never been out running. But this year coming up, we're going to focus, put our head down, and show you how much you can achieve if you just put your head down and focus.
Now, to just run a marathon is going to be extremely simple and anyone can do it. However, we want to implement our systems that we've discussed already, and we'll get onto exactly how that's going to work so that we can complete a marathon in a very good time. We're going to systemize our training, make sure that we are doing everything correctly and in order, so that some of our runs is going to be pace-based, the other ones are going to be distance, some are going to be like on the day of the condition and how it's going to be paced, and everything in between. That way, we're going to learn exactly what we need to do and how we need to carry ourselves during the race day so that we can achieve the best results.
And as mentioned earlier, how can we improve? By comparing ourselves to ourselves yesterday. So if it took 10 minutes to run 1 mile yesterday, this time we're trying to run it in 9 minute 50 seconds, 9 minute 40 seconds, whatever the time is for you.
Let me start off by saying that we do not condone violence. And if you ever get into a situation where you need to defend yourself, we always recommend that you try and diffuse the situation and always run away, because accidents are always inevitable. However, that's not the case for every single time, and sometimes you need to defend yourself, and there is no other option. So that leaves us with the second point in our physical training, and that's going to be teaching or learning how to fight. Now, the good thing about me and Parsa is that we have previously had martial arts experience, and so we've had multiple fights. However, we're going to take the next step, and both of us have our amateur MMA debut. You're going to see hopefully both of these fights and also all of the training and the sparring that goes in between that time. So 2024, here we come for our MMA debut.
So hopefully in the previous videos, one of the videos that you guys have must watch is our Taekwondo videos. Poirier had another WTF fight, which was an amazing fight. I recommend you go check it out. And I had my first ITF fight. With hardly any experience, it was one of the greatest events and fights I've ever had. So I highly recommend it. And also the link is in the description, you can check it out. A pop-up right now will also pop up, you can go check it out.
Now, as you all know, I also started my flight training in the UK as well. So right now, both me and Parsa are building ours so that we can finish getting our CPL licenses. This is going to take a little bit of time, especially on my side, because I did start a lot later than Parsa. However, that's not to say that we are not going to finish getting our licenses by the end of the year, and hopefully a lot earlier, especially for Parsa's case.
As Poirier just mentioned, currently he's doing his single engine flying and building his hours that way. With my case, I've finished the single engine and currently I'm flying multi-engine. I'm about 70% throughout my course, and within the next couple of months, I should be heading back to the UK to finish off the rest of my training to obtain my ATPL license. So now the main objective of the year is to get hired with a company and start flying as a commercial pilot, which is one of the biggest accomplishments that we can obtain. Not only I will be proud of myself, but seeing my parents' reaction, all my family, friends, everyone close to me, seeing that I've got my epaulets is just a great feeling. So for any airline company that's watching this, if you want to hire us, hit us up. Moving swiftly onwards to learning. As you guys already know, me and Poirier have been trying to learn another language. Being able to speak different languages can help you out so significantly that can literally change your life. You can make friendships or you can make business deals that it wouldn't be possible if you wasn't speak the native language. By being able to speak different languages opens so many doors that lets you to proceed even to the top echelon of men. So me and Poirier have picked out a language each to learn. For me, I'm trying to learn Spanish, and for Poirier, he's trying to learn French. Currently, both me and Poirier speak English and Persian. Although Mandarin is the most spoken language around the world, English is the one that helps you out the most. In every country you go, English is the dominant language. Persian, which me and him can speak discreetly or in person, we try to keep our conversation private, and it's our mother language, so we must be able to at least read and write that anyway. But that came second nature to us. And by me learning Spanish and Poirier learning French, we can help out each other. So if we get stranded in a place and we need French, he can translate for both of us. Or we get to a place and we need Spanish, I can try to figure out a way out. So in this way, the synergy works between both of us and we can proceed further.
Now, we all know that life is completely unpredictable and a lot of things can take place which you just do not plan for. Some situation will arise and you need to be able to deal with them. That could be in any field, whether that it's in accounting, any finances, any law, or even something as simple as an issue inside of your house like an electrical or plumbing. So something that we're going to focus on is going to be learning these useful skills in all of these different fields. We're going to look at into property, finances, accounting, bookkeeping, any skills such as engineering, plumbing, electrician, all of that. So then as a man or as an entire individual, we become complete and more rounded. This might seem extremely insignificant or sometimes even like not useful. However, to become a very good person in any field, you need to be able to have all of these skills acquired. So that way, when something does go wrong, you have the ability to sort it out yourself and you're not dependent on anyone else.
You must become a jack of all trades. And this year, we are literally going to count down the hours. We are going to count every hour we put into it. So let's say I sit down, watch some YouTube videos, take notes, go through some accounting courses on how finances work, what equity is, for instance, whatever. I will literally write it down, count the hours and put it into a chart. And by the end of the year, we tend and we hope to reach at least 100 hours for each of those subjects, for instance. So if I'm going into real estate and I'm looking at properties, doing my search, I will count down the hours, as I mentioned, literally, and add it to that chart and see how many hours we've invested into this. We've set the goal to reading more than a book a month so we can increase our knowledge throughout the rounds.
Now, as we are starting our year like this, we highly encourage that you guys do as well.
Set specific goals for you and yourself and think, what do I want to gain out of life? If I want to go into a specific niche category, whatever it is for yourself, practice in that area. If you want to go to culinary school and become a chef, focus on things that matter for you. If you want to do music production, arts, any of that, go into your area of expertise. Don't be following everything that we do. Implement it in your own life and become better.
We cannot stress the importance of all of this and how you need to start. If you need that motivation or that extra push that you need to start your new year, then this is going to be the perfect opportunity. Do not let it go to waste and make sure that you start and keep going at it strong when the new year starts.
And before we end this video off, even if you watch this on the second day of Jan or a week or a month in, just remember this: we are not perfect, we are humans. So if you miss a day or 2 days, it's absolutely okay. But what's not okay is if you let it ruin you. You must be able to take back what's yours and get it back the next day. So if you miss today or you can't do it tomorrow, it's okay. Just forget about it and continue. Don't let one bad day ruin the rest of your year, because that can be everything. If you mess up a day or two in January and think, forget about it, I'll start it next year, that is 12 prime months you just wasted. So don't let that be you. On that note, thank you so much for staying to the end of this video, and see you guys very soon. Stay traditional.